We're live.
Okay, welcome everybody. We're coming back into public session. At this point, I don't know if there's any discussion and motions, but that's up in the council's domain as to where we're headed now.
Do we have legislation in front?
No.
No, I think what council is fighting for is the copy of the proposed contract so that it can be reviewed,
Okay,
because we have not.
that's fine. Penny, did you record the time we're coming back in?
Yes.
Thank you. Here's my copy of that. Anybody want?
Cindy, I would think if you want to go, you could. Does anybody see a reason why Cindy couldn't leave? If she wants to.
Because it wouldn't be fair.
Okay, then she stays.
I'm just kidding, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, you said I can leave, oh, thank you.
Well, I don't know that you need to stay, but that just might.
I said my piece.
Being a good team player.
I know.
This is
I
like
want
the
to
old
hear, I want to hear.
Justin,
Thank you.
this is
Thank
the
you.
same one that we already got.
Contract very similar.
No, the salary figures have changed.
The dates.
Well,
The only, yeah, the date is, yes, so this was like a red line.
Obviously, the date and the numbers are changed.
The only thing that would need to be changed on here is 16th day of August 23rd.
Oh.
So we'll drop today's date.
Facebook 12.
So the one thing about this contract though, it doesn't separate the role. Right? Like, so it doesn't of the.
Yeah, and that, and I would like
marshal.
it specified.
I would too, because as you read section A or section 4A, it makes it seem like that salary is for just the administrator. It does not include.
I would like them separated.
One part.
I would like the village marshal to be, amount to be identified separate from the other one, so that we understand that 60/40
We're not
is
even
100,000.
included at all, right? Like it doesn't.
The rest is all
It
billed.
says inclusive of the stipend.
Yeah, but the stipend is all out of the village, out of the general
It's
fund.
out of the general fund, it's not shared with one.
So after this total salary includes a stipend for duties performed, it should say, the stipend,
Which
the
is,
compensation stipend for that position shall remain encumbered by the general fund.
No, I think you have to lower the 100,
60/40 split does not include the town marshal stipend.
you have to take the 110,479.92, subtract $9,500. That figure has to show there, and then right in the next line where it says and then an additional stipend for service of town marshal of $9,500 to come solely out of the general fund.
well, the town marshal is completely separate position, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's all based
So
out.
it really doesn't even need to be brought up in this contract, does it?
Can we just take that marshal's fee out of the 110 and scratch out the inclusive for town marshal? Because now all you're dealing with strictly is your salary for being the
Do
administrator.
we have an ordinance establishing town marshal and
Yeah.
salary?
Yeah. that's
All by
totally
itself?
separate.
Yes,
Then that would make sense to me to do that then.
subtract
Put it
the
in this
marshal's,
together.
9,500, I think.
yeah, 99. And that's, and scratch out the inclusive of the stipend of the town marshal.
So the 4%, 3%, whatever would be off of the village administrator's portion of the salary. if the town marshal goes up, it'll be done separately. If that's
So
easy.
it would be 100,979,92 be the replacement, and section 4.
What was it, 100,970?
And you can evaluate, you can reevaluate the town marshal, Justin, after we've got everything up and running, how much time does that actually, it might stay right where it's at for a year or two. I mean, that'll be a decision you'll have to make if you want to bring that back for a potential increase.
Are you proposing to separately negotiate increases to the town marshal?
Yeah,
That is gonna be a difference from what is proposed here.
I know that, but we're taking town marshal off of this.
I would ask,
Town marshal's being removed from this.
I would ask to keep the compensation, keep the compensation amounts the same as what was proposed in section 4B, to add a sentence that says that the marshal salary shall increase by the same effective rate, which keeps the total compensation package the same.
I think an alternative to that would be to not rely on the percentages and specify the increases. That way you can keep the percentage of the marshals if we're happy.
John, I think we need to keep them,
I
we
think
need to make it
separate
clear to the
completely.
residents that these are separate positions. Because they're already confused.
Yeah.
Plus whoever, you know,
Yeah.
let's say he leaves and we have somebody else, then we have a contract, but
Yeah.
Pull that ordinance out to the marshal, if that's probably not a contract, that's probably an employee. That's probably not a contract. The town marshal is probably a position that's been created,
Yeah.
it's a position,
yeah, I feel like it muddies the water.
Well, do you want to?
yes, because we already have
Hey,
residents.
guys, hold on a second. You want to speak to that or not?
This isn't on the agenda. So the executive session to discuss it in, amongst yourselves was legit because it was two contractors, with a member compensation, all that kind of stuff. The vote on this is not on. So I would say, do not vote on this today.
Okay.
But we can discuss changes to this, right?
It's not on the agenda. You can discuss it.
But we're not gonna take any official action.
But a motion can come out of executive session,
Yes, we can do, put a motion on it to discuss it.
but in the past, we've had.
You want to know?
Oh, or should we
You
do
want
it?
to
Discuss it?
know?
Yes.
What the agenda?
What have motions, right?
If someone can
It
vote.
doesn't have to
Discuss
be on the
this.
agenda.
I didn't think so either.
If you want to. I'm not sure they got
I do want to say real quick, we're in open session now, it's not executive. What if some emergency came up that wasn't
So
on
are
the
we-
agenda, we can't address
Are
it?
we all in agreement that this contract we have in front of us, we're correcting the date on the first page, the 12th day of November, 2025. We are correcting the section 4 salary to reflect $100,979.92, removing the inclusive of the stipend for services as town marshal. And then the next paragraph, the total salary includes the stipend for duties for as town marshal, we are removing that sentence. And
I just feel like there's something.
any other changes that we need,
Well, any reference to town marshal should be,
removed, right?
Right, anything. For town marshal should be. Right.
but that's the village
So-
official.
The additional change that Justin is going to be interested in, if you're agreeing to the numbers presented to us, is no longer going to be receiving 4% increases on that 9,500 or 3.5 or 3 subsequent years. So you would need additional language to,
No, we've agreed that this, correct me if I'm wrong, Justin, but we just talked about and agreed that the 4%, the 3.5%, the 3%, that would stay the same for the village administrator position. But as far as the town marshal compensation, that will be negotiated separately because it's a total separate job, and that can be increased as we see deemed appropriate.
I did not hear that agreement.
I don't believe that is a contract. This position, I'd have to see the ordinance, but I think it was a created position of town marshal, and I don't believe it was a contract.
It was a stipend that you guys paid.
Right.
Yeah,
But that stipend can be increased if we deem that his duties
correct.
are.
But I'm just saying, I don't think it's contractual, so I think we can address that issue separate.
Is everybody okay with this contract with the changes that I mentioned?
Yes.
Rob, are we allowed to vote on this?
I would
Make a
like,
motion.
I would like to go ahead
Do that
and make
from
a
the executive
motion that we extend our village administrator's contract by the term of 4 years as stated, with the increase of pay as stated in the contract.
Second.
Well, motion is made by, did
I
you
am
get what
making a
she said,
motion.
Tammy? Did you get the motion?
Yes.
Okay, and it was seconded by Mr. Bailey.
And these are with the changes that she
With the
also
changes.
mentioned.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay, Penny, did you get all those changes? Rob did. Right?
I'm not a fault.
Removing that, removing that.
I think that
and you'll,
I'm willing
vote
to,
that, right?
and I'm on the same page as you with the, how the percentages work and compound. I'm willing to discuss that separately at a finance committee.
So what are we doing?
That's a good plan.
So,
See, they've already made a motion. It's been
and
seconded.
we can still have some point of discussion on it, and we can have the vote, and I'll vote no for further discussion. We just try to resolve this.
I don't care how you guys do it, you can withdraw the motion as
So-
far as I'm concerned.
So are you wanting those percentages to be changed in the contract, Kevin, to reflect a more accurate increase with the stipend being removed from that table number?
I want the contract to reflect an agreement with Jeff, like he'd still have to ratify it, of course, but I think Justin just said that he's aligned with how I was thinking of it, but he's willing to accommodate your wishes to separately raise the marshal. But that puts that on our to-do list. So if you want it to be the numbers that we agreed to, this contract won't do it. It will short him several $100s.
We didn't
aggregated.
agree to any numbers. We haven't, I mean,
Oh, I know.
we talked about that we were okay with those numbers presented to us, but we made no agreement.
I think we're all in agreement on the percentage, but
I think what he's saying is, if I'm wrong, the numbers that he provided, the bottom line included an increase of those percentages in the sheriff and the.
to include the town marshal.
So the only way to keep those numbers whole would be to apply equal percentage raises year over year to the marshal stipend. To land at the same bottom line that I proposed. But I'm willing to have that discussion at a finance committee down the road and work through that at that point,
For the marshal's position.
if that would clear.
I think it makes sense because we really do have to keep it separate.
Understood, and I'm willing
And
to take that hit and have the discussion at a later.
And you might decide a year from now, you don't wanna be the town marshal anymore and somebody else will have to do it and, you know, like.
I just wanted to,
I appreciate
So
that.
because your motion
So-
included the numbers.
Well, the
The
percentage of
changes.
increase, but we
Well-
changed the
my
total.
motion included the salary of $100,979 with the, yes. The town marshal increases will be discussed. That's a total separate issue. It's not part of this contract because we removed
And
that.
prior to Justin agreeing that, those are discredited. I think it's resolved.
So we got a motion on the floor with a second. Is there any further discussion
I'm sorry, is the motion to adopt this contract with those changes?
Yes.
with the changes?
No further discussion from me.
Any further discussion, council? Penny, call the roll, please.
Mr. Burns,
Yes.
Miss Angeline,
Yes.
Ms. Meyer, Ms. Meister,
Yes.
Mr. Babel,
Yay.
Ms. Bolton.
Yay.
Motion passes 6-0. Now do I have a motion to adjourn?
I will make that motion.
Motion
Second.
by
Third.
Ms. Meister and seconded by, was it Ms. Meyer?
Yes.
Second by Ms. Meyer. Any further discussion? I hope not.
No.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Burns, Miss Angeline,
Yes.
Ms. Meyer,
Yes.
Ms. Meister, Mr. Babel,
Yay.
Ms. Bolton.
Yay.
Thank you, everyone.
Congrats, Justin.
Would you kill the video, please?